Okay, first of all, I get it. It is your body. It is your choice. But guess what? What if we just make dumb choices? Okay, would you say that the majority of the population are making wise choices right now? Would you say that the majority of the population has been making wise choices all their life? Let me tell you something. The majority of the population is not making wise choices. Now, am I saying that they don't have wisdom? No. It's only about the beliefs that you store in your head. And remember something. I need you to get this so badly. I really do. And this is it. From 0 to 7, you're in a hypnotic trance. You are a walking, talking little sponge. But understand something, you little sponge, you will soak up anything. You'll soak up the most toxic thought that spews out of someone's mouth. And you'll take it as reality. And that'll become your personality. But that's not your real personality. Finding one's authentic self is the only thing that you should do in your life. Listen, today it's going to be a one a day, and this one a day is going to be about 20 to 25 minutes. Because understand something. Your body, your choice. Well, guess what? You're not making your own choices. You are programmed from 0 to 7. You are in a hypnotic trance. Do you understand? You're in a theta state, which means that you were unconscious. Did you know that you're never in a conscious state until you're, what? 7 years old. Did you know that you can only be in a creative state where you're making your own beliefs, your own thoughts, your own life after 7? But did you know that you could be 77 years old and you could be undermining everything, your health, your wealth, your relationships, especially with yourself, because that can't give what you're not, but you will give what you are, and what you are is not a shining star. You are a programmed robot. Your body, your choice. Really? Really? It can't be your choice until it's actually been dipped in unconditional love for yourself. That's the only choice I can ever make. I am going to come first and foremost before anyone else or anything else, so help me God, or how in the heck can I teach it? Seriously, I can't teach it unless I live it, unless I breathe it. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go and guess what? We're going to go through an actual audio with, understand this, he's noted as the top surgeon in New York. So one of my clients, patients, whatever, I don't have patients because I need to just have patience for my clients. And they're my clients, they're not my patients, because patients you treat and clients you teach. And understand, if training doesn't come before treatment, then you're mistreating everyone. And guess what? Every one of you practitioners out there, doesn't matter whether you're medical or whether you're natural, if you're not training your patients to know what you know and do what you do, then you are keeping them crippled for the rest of their life. Oh, isn't it great to be only good till the next pill you pop? Isn't it great to be only good till the next treatment? Isn't that great? Oh my God, I can't get in, my neck hurts so much. Oh, I don't know what's going on with my stomach, but I just need to get in, but the doctor says I can't get in. Well, if you knew, okay, your body, your choice. You don't have a choice. Let me tell you something, it's not your choice and it's their body. And guess what? They're selling us off by the pound. Tell me they're not. Tell me they're not. Did you know that the average North American has 9 surgeries before they die? Before they pass on. Nobody dies, they pass on. 9 surgeries. I mean, seriously, are we like whacked or what? And you know what? Isn't it something? In the medical system, don't believe me, why don't you go talk to somebody in there, and they tell you that for every 10 years that a human being is alive, they need to be on 1 drug. So if you're 50, that'll be 5 drugs. If you're 60, that's 6. If you're 70, that's 7. And understand something, go and find out, it's pretty dang close. And understand this, they want an implant in everyone, whether it's a stent, whether it's mesh, whether it's rods, whether it's screws, whether it's plates, okay? Whether it's a ball joint, okay, for your hip or for your knee or for your shoulder. Seriously. And guess what? We can reverse, I'd say, without exaggerating, 95 out of 100 surgeries 95 out of 100 surgeries that don't have to get done. Because guess what? Your body, your choice. What are you, out of your head? What are you, out of your skull? The reality is it's never your choice because you were programmed. Now, when you start to wake up, that's when you start to question everyone. You're going to question yourself first and foremost because you're not yourself. You're everyone else, making everyone else's decision, doing everything for everybody else. That's it. Isn't that something? And you'll question me too. Oh, listen, nobody gets off the hook here. You know, I'm not telling you not to trust me, but you, okay? But I need to earn your trust. I need to prove to you that what I say is exactly right and that my intentions are to help you become the master of your body, not to manage pain, to master pain, not to ever have surgery unless it's an emergency. And there are no emergencies unless it was a car accident or you fell down the stairs, okay? But this chronic illness thing, that's where 99.9% of all surgeries come from, is chronic illness. So your body, your choice. Whoever made that up, seriously. You know what? I think that the psycho rich actually give us all these stupid sayings so we can just pass them around. Most people that are saying, my body, my choice. Really? You think so? I think it's your belief systems that are choosing for you. But are they actually your belief systems? I don't really think so. Because why don't you take a look? First of all, anybody that follows the herd is off to the butcher. We know that. Okay, and anybody that follows the herd is just following the herd. If we all think the same, then who's thinking? I'd say probably nobody. All right, let's take a listen to this. This is...
Alright. Okay, what is my back condition today is...
Severe stenosis between L.
Okay, so she said, what is my back condition today to one of New York's top surgeons? And he said, you have stenosis in L3, L4. Go ahead, Yarrick.
And L5.
And L5.
The nerves, here's the white stripe with the nerves. You can see they run continuously there, and then right here completely.
Okay, so he says you have stenosis with the nerves in L3, L4, L5. Now, before I'm going to go any further, I'm going to tell you something, and then you're going to say, well, you don't know what you're talking about, Dr. Wolf. Well, I'm the guy that's going to give you a money-back guarantee. You're not going to surgery. So tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Where's the last person who was just a natural quack, okay, that was going to give you a money-back guarantee? Well, I guess I'm just hard up for clients. I guess that's it, eh? So here's the deal. Stenosis means that the nerve from here to here, L3, L4, L5, and if you don't know where that is, that's just above your sacrum, which is your lower back. Oh my gosh, why don't we use logic? Okay, so know this, that most surgeries are done in L3, L4, L5. Now, why would that be? Well, there's got to be a coincidence here somewhere. Oh, well, because you lift up too many heavy things. No, that's not it. Sorry, that's not it. The problem is that your core is on the floor. Your large intestine, which is 85% of your immune system, okay, is down and out, okay? And understand something, 85% of the immune system is your bacteria. And so just so you know that 95% of the population, their bacteria is 85% bad and 15% good. It's supposed to be 85% good and 15% bad. So guess what? We're ass backwards. And I think that's an appropriate saying, don't you? Okay, so now, seeing that most of your energy is stored and created in your core, which are the most important muscles is your core. Did you know that? Not here. Not here. If I don't have tone here, I'll have to work out at the gym like a crazy fool trying to get these things to go. If I work this out, then it brings tone into my whole body. That is the whole key. Now take a look at the majority of the population and you'll find out that they've been pooping in their pelvis. And understand something, no, my bowel movements are good. Yeah, you haven't pooped with me for a week. Sit down and poop with me for a week. Okay, and understand something, if your tummy is sticking out further than your pecs or your breasts, then you've got trouble down in River City. If you've got like a little tire hanging over your waistline, okay, that's too much waste in there. Okay, and understand something, did you not notice where do the fat cells really come? Around your tummy and your hips. Okay, and that's because fat cells are to store inflammation and infection because you've been pooping in your pelvis. And what your body says is we need to make fat cells to get because the fat cells are furthest away from the organs so that you don't have organ failure. Wouldn't that be great? Or you don't have some type of cancer or tumor or cysts or bladder infection or infertility or endometriosis, okay? How about prostate inflammation? Oh, well, whether you believe this or not, 40% of the population by the time they're 30, males, have prostate inflammation. 80% have it by the time they're 60 now. And then guess what? We know that prostate inflammation is gone way up, but we know that prostate cancer is supposed to go up 400% in the next 10 years. And that's because, guess what? We eat garbage, okay? So whatever you eat, you become. And so man-made, new and improved, cooked, okay? The more you fry, the sooner you die. The more you cook, the worse you look. End of story. So understand something. That what used to be called your large intestine, which was 85% of your immune system, okay, is now just what? It was supposed to be what? A sewer system to create 85% of your immunity, your bacteria, everything. But you've been just pumping that soap every time you go in the store. Oh yeah. And that's been going into your bloodstream and knocking your bacteria out. Don't believe me? Why don't you do some research? And then you're using bacterial soap to go get rid of the V? I mean, yeah, my body, my choice. Well, first of all, you'd have to have the right belief systems to be in charge of your body, my choice. Wow. Okay, so just know this, that 95% of all low back problems are caused because of your large intestine. You've been pooping in your pelvis. And if you knew where your large intestine was, cecum, ascending colon, transverse, descending, sigmoid, rectum, anus. But the transverse is just under your ribs, and for most people it falls down about their belly button. And then guess what? Now we call that Death Valley. And now you're reabsorbing your waste. Isn't that something? Waistline, reabsorbing waste. The large intestine was supposed to be what? The compost that created the good bacteria, okay, to make sure that the Garden of Eden, okay, would provide a beautiful bounty called your body. Good luck with that one. My body, my choice, right? Okay, so now, guess what? Okay, the next time that you've got diarrhea, the next time that you've got gas cramps, don't tell me your kidneys don't hurt. Don't tell me that your low back doesn't feel like it's gonna go out. And that's most problems, even with sciatica, okay? What do you think that is, all right? So understand that whole thing. Oh, doctor says I've got kidney problems. Did you know that your hepatic flexure and splenic flexure sit right in front of the kidneys? So when you've got gas locked up in the corners underneath your ribs and you think it's a gallbladder problem, or you think it's a spleen problem, it's actually gas created by the bad bacteria, and you're not just absorbing the waste into your bloodstream, you're absorbing the gas too. And it puts pressure on your organs. And understand this, those of you that love your antibiotics and love your milk and your cheese and your animal products that aren't free range and organic, you're taking antibiotics in every day. And then guess what? You're lowering your immune system, and the antibiotics turn the yeast into your large intestine into fungus. They become drill bit predators, and they make holes, and that's what we call leaky gut. They actually, what they do is you have what's called tight junctions in your large intestine and small intestine. Those junctions open up, so now you can poop right into your bloodstream. The fungus goes into your bloodstream, and now you got systemic candidiasis. And then guess what? And then when you've got toe fungus, you know that you're just full of fungus. And that's a precancer state. So let's get back to the situation at hand, which is today we're talking about what? Should I go to surgery or do non-surgical? Should I go to surgery or do non-surgical? Yeah, you forgot that, you know, if you could create a disease or a problem physically, just think if you were conscious, you could reverse it. So we create all these problems unconsciously because it was never our body and our choice. They programmed us at an early age, and it was actually their body, and we just think it is. Until you know how to create the perfect day from the moment you rise until you gently close those beautiful eyes, Braveheart. Somebody else owns you. Welcome to a slave planet. Let's listen. So what I said was she has stenosis, which he says the nerve is dead. The nerve's not dead. He is not that smart. Or maybe you might call him smart, but he's not logical. Go ahead.
That's where the issue is. This should run continuously all the way up and down. You have no room for the nerves. Essentially, the nerves get like somebody's coming in and choking them. They're losing their blood supply.
Can you hold it? So guess what? He's absolutely right. If there was a water hose here and I stand on the water hose, would I be able to have the water go through? No. So what's choking it? Why didn't he tell her what's choking it? Did you not get that? It's like somebody's coming in and choking off the supply. Yeah, the nerve's still there, my friend. The inflammation created the scar tissue formation that's wrapped itself and got a chokehold on the nerve. And now the bone calcium is leaving the vertebrae and it's actually calcifying around the nerve as well. And then that's like coral. And when you move, it pokes at the nerve and pokes that down here and creates more pain, nerve pain, and muscle pain. Now, the calcium's leaving the vertebrae, so we know that you're getting osteoporosis. And if you've got that much inflammation in L3, L4, L5, the discs in between are, well, come on. It's cartilage. If I threw a piece of cartilage from an animal or a human on the barbecue, and I were to turn the heat on, it would shrink, wouldn't it? Dehydration. And it would shrink this way and it would thin out. What do you think's happening to the discs in between your vertebrae? Guess what? You don't lose your height because you've lost calcium. You actually lose your height because those discs, all the fibers are still in here. They're still in there. They've been thinned out like a wafer. Now, you can believe this or not believe this. You go and do a Wolf non-surgical treatment on that spine, and we're going to return the height that you were at your greatest height. And that's where you lost your height. Now, it might take us 3 treatments because we have to rehydrate those discs. But guess what? When the discs started to look like they're thinning out, guess what? Oh, looks like they're gone, but they're actually calcifying. And then guess what? The spine vertebrae get fused, okay, by the crystallization, the scar tissue around it, okay, and the calcium fuses it because of all that inflammation. Now, if somebody comes to us with a calcified spine in L3, L4, L5, or anywhere else in the vertebrae, or even in their knees or anywhere else, we use Cellsonic. Cellsonic is a device that is 25,000 volts in a love harmonic, and it'll actually go in, guess what? It'll actually cause small fractures and then allow that calcium, with using ionic calcium therapy, to go back into the bones. I'm telling you, we do it all the time. And it will not damage the bones of the body. Isn't that something? Because this device first was used for actually breaking up kidney stones and gallstones and calcium deposits in the breast. And then they found out that it was shutting down the inflammation all the way up to cancer. So understand, I didn't say cure. There are no cures. There's only you learning truly about your body, your choice, but you won't know that until you can have the perfect day. So now, I hope I've made that myself perfectly clear, because I will stand up for all of this. So now he's saying that it's being choked off, but he doesn't tell her what it's being choked off from. And I don't even think he knows. Okay, I was talking to a gentleman who owns a cancer clinic, natural cancer clinic, and he's been doing that for 20 years. And we were sitting down having supper, and I said, well, you do know that tumors are made out of only scar tissue due to the inflammation to try to protect the area and house the emotional and physical toxins. And the calcium there is to lock it in and wall it off. And he goes, I never thought about that. That's right. You don't think about it if you don't bring yourself down to the level of what an 8-year-old would think. Logic. Logic. Okay, let's start.
They're down, and when your foot goes...
Okay, whoa. Okay, so we just missed it, but he just said the nerve is dying. It's not dying. It's not dying. Okay? It's being choked off. He was right about that. Okay.
That means that you've got a permanent now deficit.
Okay, 1 second. So he says now that, okay, so now that your leg and your foot is becoming numb, That means you have a permanent deficit in your spine and you'll never get that feeling back to that leg or that foot. That he is absolutely not right. He's not lying because that's his program, just like yours. My body, my choice.
Because the length of time that it's been choked, that portion of the nerve is dead.
Stop.
The cells are dead, and that's
The cells are not dead. The cells are not dead. And the only time that you'll know the cells are dead is this. When you've got a disease in there and you will see that the cells are decomposing. Okay? Okay, now I've always said this, the cells are not dead. And understand something, if there is cells that are dead and you bring back the electrical charge to your body, because understand something, everything you drink, everything you eat leaves the body, the physical. The only thing that stays behind is the frequency, is the energy. So understand, we're going to use a cell sonic on you, and it's 25,000 volts in a love harmonic. We're going to do the non-surgical and open up the fibers. And when we open up the fibers, the blood, the lymph, the energy comes back in, and guess what? It'll have enough energy that if the cell is too long gone, it will be decomposed naturally. And if it's not too long gone, it will be resuscitated and restored. And it will be resuscitated and restored by ionic calcium therapy and IGF-1. Those are the main things that can do it. Also using a product called Black Diamond because it goes into the cells. Go look up these products. I don't want to do a product picture. Okay? All right.
highly unlikely to come back.
Boom. Highly unlikely to come back. He is absolutely right. He is not telling a lie because there is no one in the world that I know of that does our Wolf non-surgical. Our Wolf non-surgical, like I said, we'll give you a money-back guarantee on the first treatment that we will outdo everything you've ever done combined. Go ahead.
Want to make sure that that doesn't happen to the rest of your symptoms and worse. That's why we recommend surgery to decompress the nerves, allow them to have a normal blood supply again by a normal space.
Okay, so now they're going to fuse her whole spine. That's cool, eh? So now what? Now she's going to lose the mobility there in L3, L4, L5. And don't you know that if she gets surgery, that causes more scar tissue than anything else? Why don't you ask anybody else that got surgery? They're going to tell you, yeah, I don't feel anything anymore. I'm totally numbed out there. That's cool. But they're more stiffer. So here's what they're doing is they're complaining. They're going, oh my God, the pain's gone. I had to live with that pain for years. The reality is I get it. You want the pain gone, but now you really are killing off part of your body. And the reality is this, we'll teach you how to master pain. I am the master of my body. And the people that come to us, we teach them how to master pain because you've never learned that pain is a GPS. It's your friend, not your enemy. When you make something your enemy, you will go to war with it. And when you go to war with your body, you will always lose. And you will lose a piece at a time until there's nothing left of you. Look, if you go to a surgeon, what's he going to sell you surgery? If he's going to say, well, we'll keep an eye on it. Well, how's he going to keep an eye on it? He doesn't live with you. But he's going to tell you to keep an eye on it. He's not going to keep an eye on it, but he means keep an eye on it, come back in 6 months. But if you didn't change your diet, you didn't change your way of thinking, you didn't change your habits or your lifestyle, then you know that he's going to have more business. It'll be the chop shop for you, baby. Now understand something. It's only going to get worse because we are just a piece of meat. Not to the surgeon. The surgeon has been programmed that the body no longer heals, that food doesn't matter, and that guess what? You're too dumb to look after yourself. And that's true though. We all have dumb beliefs because we've been programmed from the 0 to 7, and we've been programmed by our parents that don't know how to love themselves or love each other or care for themselves or care for each other. Yes or no? Did I make that up? This is not me trying to take a punch at people because people are beautiful, but their beliefs are undermining their beauty. And that's the God's truth. And
in addition to that, because the reason why the nerves in your case are getting squeezed like this is because of something called spondylolisthesis, or arthritis has caused the bone to slip. We have to...
Stop. The bone didn't slip. The bone didn't slip. The disc got thinner. The actual ligaments and tendons around the spine are now getting tighter and tighter. What did I tell you? If you take a piece of meat and you put it under fire, it will shrink, yes or no? Dehydration. If you take a steak, is it bigger? Is it fatter after you cook it? Or is it a little thinner? And is it a little shorter? Seriously. Seriously. Okay? So, arthritis is just inflammation of the joint. I already told you that the only reason why we have inflammation of the joint is because we're pooping in our pelvis. And I don't care if it's your knee or your ankle or even your elbow, it's affected by pooping in the pelvis. That's why I say to people, if you can't afford anything else, get the daily cleansing tea and get the black gold and start using those and tell me that I'm wrong. And then use that twice a day and watch how your life changes. And understand, first we get infected, then we get inflamed, then we make scar tissue to protect and wall off the area so the inflammation doesn't spread. If it keeps going, then we build a wall of calcium. From the calcium we steal from our bones. And this is an inflammation nation, and that's why they want to put double cheese on your burger. That's why they want you to drink the milk. That's why they want you to do the Greek yogurt. They want to fry your system. And understand something, in Canada, the dairy is not a food group anymore with the government, and they were told to take that off 75 years ago, but the payoffs, they didn't do it. And understand something, it's all about money, honey. All about money. Next. I'm not mad, I just want you to understand, okay? Go ahead.
The bones back into place, and we have to put a little...
Okay, 1 second. He's going to put their bones back in place. No. Let's not believe that God created the human body. Let's not believe that if we get rid of the infection and the inflammation and we get into the thought of creation, we were created to create by God Almighty, and you can recreate the body. It will grow back. Organs will grow back. Tendons, ligaments, tissues, bones. Oh, come on. You know what, guys? Let me see. What's today? Friday. At noon, I'll be on, won't I? On a health Q&A, okay? All surgeons and everybody else, come on Zoom, right? Come on Zoom at 12 o'clock, right? And come and challenge me. All I'm saying is this. I don't want to go to war with anyone. Let's have a friendly debate, because I know that every surgeon and every doctor out there, whether natural or medical, means the best. So let's come together as family like we say we are, and let's figure this thing out.
That's it's in between there, allow the bones to fuse together. That's the solution.
Doing that.
So the solution is actually to fuse her spine so that no more movement. Now circulation is really going to be impeded, but she won't feel anything in that area. But just wait until her hip blows out. Just wait until another part of her spine goes. Just wait until the scar tissue from the surgery wraps its tentacles around her small intestine and she can't digest properly anymore. You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? Scar tissue, surgery creates more scar tissue than any other thing on the planet. And ask any woman with a cesarean. Ask anybody that's had surgery. They have to go back and redo it most of the times, okay? And the reality is if you got Wolf non-surgical, we're gonna restore it back to beautiful connective tissue without the knife. We're just, you know what? It's called tough love. We're gonna go in there and lovingly pull apart those fibers, and guess what? We're gonna put the art of self-healing into action.
Will this go away?
The numbness, no, that's permanent.
So
He didn't lie. The numbness will be permanent when they get done, because guess what? That nerve is not dead, but it will be.
you didn't have to, I understood that.
Yeah.
But I was asking if I had the procedure done, will that,
Probably not.
okay?
The parts that'll go, that have a chance to get better, and that probably will get better, are the parts that are not permanent, which are the...
1 second. So he's saying the parts that will get better are the parts that are already better. Wow. There's a major breakthrough. Okay, next.
Pain in your back, in the butt, running down the leg. But
Okay.
numbness that is there all the time, that's an indicator of a permanent problem.
Okay, do you love this part? I mean, I'm a salesman too. Every time I say something, I get better at it. Did you get him? He just said permanent 3 times and he went, permanent. See, I'm gonna highlight that, okay? All right? You're gonna, that is gonna be, that which is already damaged is gonna be permanent. My dear friend, you're wrong. It's not gonna be permanent. It will be if you get to do what you wanna do. Go ahead.
And that, once it happens in one place, it's a matter of time before it starts happening.
He's not wrong. If you were to let it go and not get the surgery, it'll get worse. Because guess what? People don't know how to eat, think, or drink right. They don't know proper exercise. They think it's at a gym. Understand something. If you go to my do-it-yourself guide and actually watched every video in there, you would understand the art of real length and strength and detox and tone exercises. If you went into my library, which is totally free, and it's the biggest self-help, self-care library in the world, and it's free to you. If you were to go to my A to Z masterclass, if you go to docofdetox.com, click on masterclass, and then click on the A to Z wellness masterclass, and then put in Wolf Non-Surgical as your code word. I just gave you a $1,000 course for free. And then I want you to go in there, whether you're a doctor or not, and then I want you to come on my show and challenge me. You know, it's one thing to say I'm wrong, okay? But just because somebody's stating something new doesn't make them wrong, and just because everybody's doing something doesn't make it right. How does it feel to be part of the majority and know that your limit to getting well is just staying in a little bit of hell and it never getting better?
Places, and you know that's why we recommend surgery in the first place, is to prevent, in the worst case scenario. Let's say you got surgery done and nothing got better.
And nothing got better. Oh, but it'll stop it from getting worse. Now, you talk to anybody with low back surgery, and I guarantee you 3 out of 4 people are going to tell you it got worse, because it got worse in other places. Because when you do surgery in one place, you're going to be out of alignment in another. You can't stop movement somewhere else and something not taking a beating. Now, understand, you have what's called the SI joints, right? Sacroiliac joints, and they're in your low back. They're about 1.5 inches on either side, just by L3, L4, L5. Now, if I would have went in and cleared out the scar tissue and the calcium out of her L3 and L4 and L5, and then I went into the if I went into the SI joints and cleared out the calcium and the scar tissue that's wrapped around here, and then I went into L3, L4, L5 and cleaned out the vertebrae there and up a little higher and worked down and loosened up her coccyx, she would say to me, I am 80% better in one treatment, Dr. Wolf. The least she would say is 60. Thank you very much. Oh my God, another miracle. And understand something, you'll know, because guess what? When the SI joints are moving properly, you walk like this. This is how your body goes. When they don't, you're a waddler, okay? And you feel stiff in here and you feel like something's gonna tear out. You can get, okay, if you come and take our personal treatment and training, or we come to your house anywhere around the world, it's a 6-day training. You and your partner are going to be able to work on each other. You will not need another practitioner. That is my money back guarantee. If you come to take our certification course, okay, you're going to be with us for 12 days. And when you leave there, you will be the best body worker in the world. You can offer a money back guarantee to anyone that you work with. And guess what? If you have to return their money, I'll return it to them. And then me and you will talk and find out where we dropped the ball together. You need to understand something. I'm putting the line in the sand with cement and telling you that I'm going to hold the line on this one. So understand something. We will go anywhere, and we will do certification to go anywhere around the world. We will go anywhere and do personal treatment and training to go, where we go in and we treat and we teach families how to lovingly work on each other and become the most powerful therapists. Or even if you're already a massage chiropractor, it doesn't matter. You know, just a couple courses ago, we had an oncologist come. All right. Right now, we just have 4 nurses in our course, and they said that they learned more in the 23-day course than they learned in the 20 years to 30 years that they were actually nurses. We're talking about learning more take action strategies and protocols that actually work and getting to the heart of the matter. So understand something and know this, okay? We're headed into a new world. And this new world is where, guess what? you really, when you say my body, my choice, okay, you better make sure that you are the master of your body and you know what logic is, please.
High majority of people are going to notice significant improvement in a lot of their symptoms.
In my situation, there would be significant improvement.
I would expect that to be the case. Can't guarantee.
He expects it, but he doesn't guarantee it. That's enough, because I'm going to tell you why. Guess what? She starts to get irritated, catches him on a couple of little things she does not like, and then they start going at it. So we're not going to do that part because, yeah, this isn't a soap opera. Okay, so I'm trying to tell you this. This is the book that you get when you do, no, the one for personal treatment and training if for a family is not as big, but it's thorough. This is the certification book. This is good as any other university professional, well, it's better than any physio or any other course out there that's been approved. And you can think that whatever you want. The reality is that, guess what? Think about this. Why isn't anybody actually helping people out there? I mean, don't get me wrong, chiropractic can save a life. But the reality is it doesn't change the scar tissue back into connective tissue, even if you get your spine adjusted every week. Why do you think that a lot of chiropractors will actually sell you a 1 year or 2 year membership with a discount? Okay, what we really want to do is understand something. Bring life back into your tissues. If somebody's not bringing life back into the tissue, that's the issue. And then what you want to do is you want to go in here, because everything happens epigenetic first. So issues in the tissues. So the reality is, my body, my choice. Well, I don't think you've been given a choice unless you're going to go in and you're going to do what? Retrain your brain? Change your personality somehow? Create new empowering thoughts that are based on unconditional love and unconditional healing with unlimited potential. That's what you're looking for, because that's what you have, and they wanted to take it away from you. All right, so you can see, here's the courses that we've got going on. But understand something, can you bring up Saint Lazare, Quebec? So also, take a look at this. In Saint Lazare, Quebec, this will be the next thing we do. We're doing a Wolf Non-Surgical, and that starts next Friday. If you want to make it down to Mexico here, that's a 12-day course. But the next one will be, it's just a Wolf Non-Surgical, and it's in Lazare, Quebec, and there's only 3 spots left. And then we're off to McKinney, Texas, everyone, where I'll be doing a whole life coach training, and then I'll also be doing a Wolf Non-Surgical training. So that'll be a 22-day training. And then we'll be coming here in September. Now, we just announced this. You see where we're going to do our training in Barrie, September 24th to October 2nd? And then we're going to do another Wolf Non-Surgical October 4th to October 15th. Guess what? I'm going to stay there, and we're going to add a second course, because this one will be full. I only need one more person, it's full. So, and then we're going to do a second course starting, so when the non-surgical's on, I'll be starting a second course on October the 5th. And then, well, that'll be a whole life coach for 9 days, and then we'll be doing a Wolf Non-Surgical. So we're going to be in Barrie, Ontario for 2 courses. Does anybody know why I made that change this morning? Because I have somebody that's very high up and told me, Daryl, there'll be an announcement in the middle of August that'll shake things up around the world. And he said, you may get into Canada, they have to let you out. So we'll get out because we now live in Mexico, but things are going to be shut down. He said there is no courses happening in November, starting in November in Canada. So I readjusted my plans, because you know what it is right now? It's called pivot and give it. Because no matter how much you kick and scream and have a temper tantrum, okay, it's not your choice and it's not your body until you master your mind, until every image you have is based on unconditional love for you and building your passion, your purpose, and you mind your own business and you learn to say no. You better practice saying no all summer, and then you live your passion and purpose all summer and find out what you want. What do you really want? And no matter what goes on in the world, you never lose focus and you go for your dreams. 3, 2, 1, you got this, Braveheart. God bless everyone. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and we're just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: To be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul, and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family